on single wides from Southern Homes, True Homes, Epic Homes, and more. See dealer for complete details. Now's the time to buy at Timberline Homes, Highway 78 in Jasper. Telephone 387-1002.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham, W286BM Jasper, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
It's 9 o'clock and we're going live. This is Live at 9 on WJLX with James Phillips, presented by Young Jewelers in historic downtown Jasper. Real talk, real stories, right now.
And welcome in. It's a Friday morning. James Phillips here on WJLX Live at 9. And we've got a special guest this morning. As always, today we've got Michael C. Cook. Is that right?
Michael W.
Michael W. Cook. And he is a, let's see if I can get this right, cryptozoologist. Cryptozoologist. I was close. For the last 20 plus years. And Terrell Manasco also joined us today, one of our WJLX faithful
alumni
folks. It's always here. He's not always on the air because usually he's so controversial we have to keep him locked away in a closet.
Plus because of this face.
Yes.
It's got a lot to do with it.
The face is difficult, but I can't look at this face. I can't say much about that.
I've got a face for radio too.
Right, but at least you've got a voice for radio, and I don't. Terrell has a voice for radio. They said I had a face for radio and a voice for newspapers, so that's why I got stuck in newspapers for a while.
Everybody I meet, they say, "You're from Eastern Kentucky." I'm like, "Yeah, I crawled out of a holler, out of a moonshine jar, but I've been called a lot of things. Inarticulate isn't one of them."
Right. And he is originally from Kentucky. He's been living in the Walker County area, Jasper area, for a very short time now.
Yeah, about 9 months.
But you got a special event going on tomorrow at the Jasper Library where it's called Bigfoot at the Library, right?
Yep. Just plain and simple.
And for anybody who doesn't know, a cryptozoologist is also a Bigfoot expert.
I'm a cryptozoologist with a specialty in Bigfoot research.
Because there's so many different cryptids.
Right. There's thousands over the world, yeah.
Right. Just tell people, let's kind of get into it. We'll talk about the event coming up tomorrow later on in the show, but I just want you to tell people about yourself and how you got involved in Bigfoot lore and all this type of thing.
Growing up, I would have never thought anything of it. I would have said that this was crazy and nonsense, that this is make-believe. And then when I was 16 years old, I went fishing on a riverbank one day in October, and one literally rode out of myth and into reality on me. And I was fishing and I heard this loud booming sound, and it come rolling down this hill and splashed into the water. Automatically I think it's a bear. I get ready to kind of defend myself, and it stood up, and it wasn't a bear. We're talking 8 foot tall, 450, something like that. It made its way over to the river, the other side of the riverbank, pulled itself up on a little flat, dried itself off. The whole time it never dropped down on 4 legs. Its arms were long, almost hanging down to its knees, a round head sitting on its shoulders, covered in this dark, almost black fur. And this whole time I'm still trying to rationalize everything that's going on. And that's the thing with most Bigfoot encounters. The red flag that we have throw up is when people say, "I knew it was a Bigfoot." Because real, true blue people who have encounters, eyewitnesses, that's the last thing they ever think. They try to rationalize every single bit before they ever say Bigfoot.
Because they don't want to sound crazy, right?
And from an outsider looking in, it does sound crazy.
Right.
But think about, let's just go 130 years ago. People coming out of West Africa and explorers and stuff saying, "We've just encountered these creatures. They walk like men, and they have dexterous hands and all this." "Oh, you're crazy." And then they bring out the mountain gorilla, and suddenly they're not as crazy anymore.
Right.
There are animals every year now, albeit I'm a little bit more conservative about this when it comes to my colleagues, but my colleagues say there's thousands of species a year that's discovered. This is true, but we're talking about on a microbial level for the most part. 98.
Not an 8-foot tall creature.
No, not human like or primate like or anything like that. But scaling up, frogs, fish, the hellbender salamander, they just figured out it's actually 2 species. So we don't have a very good beat on the animal kingdom. I mean, we think we do.
Right.
But we really don't. We are blown away. Scientists are blown away every single day. I mean, we're talking 70 years ago, they just figured out how lightning bugs light their butts up.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty.
I didn't even know we'd figured that out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we figured it out, and it's as simple as it gets. It's just oxygen and another chemical.
Right.
They mix it together in their
boom.
little.
I always thought
and
they
boom.
just carried matches around, you know. And
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you describe the
Yeah. Talk about your encounter
Face.
a little more,
The face was
because you had a face-to-face,
face-to-face encounter.
we're talking about a good few minute face-to-face encounter.
Oh yeah, and within 50 foot.
Yeah.
The face, large, wide nose, deep set eyes. I couldn't tell you what color the eyes were. They looked black to me. Didn't see the teeth or anything like that. Had hair all the way up to its right there around its eyes, and you know, a kind of a Meludgeon-like forehead. If you think Bigfoot, but an individual.
Right.
And I've had people ask me, you know, Terrell and I were talking right before this about the Patterson-Gimlin film.
Yeah.
People have asked me for a quarter of a century, did it look like Patty? That's what we named the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot. No, but we're humans. Terrell and I don't look alike. We don't look alike.
Right.
It's an individual. So, no, it didn't look like Patty. It looked like an individual of its species. After it shook off and got itself dried up and started back up the hill, I finally breathed for the first time in a few minutes, and I let out this big sigh, and it stopped. And it looked over its shoulder at me, and I stood there, and we looked at each other and locked eyes. And it was like, here I am, and here you are. Well, what do we do now? And it would look at the ground, and it would look back up at me, and I was doing the same thing. I was hoping I would look up, and it would be gone. And it was almost like it was embarrassed. It was very human-like in nature.
Because you had seen it trip and fall and roll down a hill.
Yeah. I mean, I let myself fall down this hill in front of all things a human.
Right.
And I'm not even sure if this thing knew what I was.
Right. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if there's any others, if they've talked about humans or not, you know.
We do know there's others. In order to have the sightings that have occurred.
Well, yeah, exactly. But we don't know if he has others he hangs out with.
Right.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm sure that they have family groups.
I would think so, yeah.
And I'm a firm believer that no old Bigfoot has ever been seen or footprints found or anything. I think they know better. They know how to stay away and stay out of the limelight.
Yeah.
But this thing, it let out these screams after it figured out that I wasn't going nowhere. And I was still trying to get my brain and my feet to connect. And it let out like these 3 or 4 heavy screams. And I finally figured out, I said, I can run. And I can outrun this thing. And I took off and started to my car. I was probably 150, 200 yards away from my car. The whole time, I could hear this thing coming behind me. It jumped the river, and it was right behind me. And I could hear doo, 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 doo. In reality, that was my heart beating out of my chest. This thing had already tucked tail and run up the hill. I get in my car. I sat there for a few minutes, started getting hot, started freaking out,
Yeah.
having a panic attack, full blown. And I rolled down the window. And as soon as I rolled down the window, I heard this just high-pitched, heavy scream come off this ridge. And I rolled the window back up. And I said, I've got to get out of here.
Time for me to go.
Right.
Time for me to go.
Right.
And I left, and I had full intentions of telling everybody I'd seen, my family and everybody, that this is what I saw. I get home, and I couldn't get it out of my mouth. I was afraid of ridicule. I was afraid they'd say I was lying. And I kept this tucked way back in the back room back here for almost a year.
Because you said you were going to go home and tell your dad.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, maybe I should.
better not. Yeah, I better not say this.
Because your dad might have been thinking what I was thinking originally. You know, was there some alcohol involved in
Right.
this, or some? Did you pick up a mushroom on the way to?
Hallucinogenics, yeah.
Like
I've been through that. I've actually been went through hypnosis
right.
and went to memory regression stuff and pulled out memories of this incident that I never knew I even had.
Wow.
That I tucked it away. And I highly recommend that for anybody that's actually had any kind of unexplained encounter. Find somebody that does this and go with it. And you'll learn more about yourself and your memories, because memories do change
Right.
over the years. Things get bigger and stuff like this. Nowadays, like if Terrell calls me tonight and says, Mike, I just saw a Bigfoot cross the road on my way home, I'm going to say, Terrell, as hard as it's going to be, sleep on it.
Right.
You're in panic mode right now. Everything's kind of going to be menaged together.
Yeah.
Sleep on it, call me tomorrow. And when you call me tomorrow, you can pull out more memories if you sleep on it. You might not be able to sleep, because people who have these encounters, and I know people in my personal life that say, man, I wish I could see one of these things. And I'm like, of course I say, yeah.
Right.
But back here I'm going,
Yeah.
it changes everything.
Yeah.
And even me knowing these things exist, I've had 4 visual encounters and countless, we call them Class B encounters, where you hear wood knocks and vocalizations and stuff. Countless of those. Even today, my brain still tries to say, that's not supposed to be. That's not supposed to be here. Even though I know for a fact that it's there, that
Right.
they're out there. The human brain will still try to rationalize it, and I can't explain that. So,
Now, some people have reported a smell before they saw this creature. Did you notice anything like that?
I've smelled one thing, and I was I was on a date one night, and this was in Sanford, Kentucky, and we were at her family's farm, and we were sitting out by the pond. I was a young man, and I didn't have Bigfoot on my mind, if you all can figure that one out. But I kept on smelling something.
And she didn't stink when you first picked her
No,
up.
no, I took her out to dinner and everything.
Right.
So, I kept on smelling something. It smelled like dead animal and a trash dumpster. But it would come and go. And I was like, do you smell that? She goes, well, I was going to say something, but I figured you would think I was crazy. And we heard heavy footfall. Now, I don't know if it was a Bigfoot. The last encounters we got in 2018, and folks that know me from various programs, These Woods Are Haunted on Travel Channel. We were on an episode of that chronicles this event that I'm getting ready to talk about. We got surrounded by 6 of these creatures. Not one time did we smell anything.
Right.
I think the people that smell this stuff, I think it might be like a defense mechanism, like a skunk.
Yeah.
And bears smell awful.
Right.
I know down here in Alabama, bears few and far between, but up in eastern Kentucky, and Harlan County, Kentucky is where I'm from.
Oh, you're from Harlan.
I'm from Harlan.
Well, you
Justified.
You fit right in Walker County, Alabama.
Listen,
then.
whenever I moved down here, I was talking to a guy at work, and he goes, "Where are you from?" And I went, "Harlan." He went, "Oh, it's easy transition."
You've obviously left Harlan alive.
I did. I left Harlan alive, and I'm not bloody from it. But in Harlan County, Kentucky, it's the black bear capital of Kentucky. There's a lot of black bear there. You can throw a rock and hit a black bear.
Yeah.
And they smell awful. They stink to high heavens. I've had friends kill them during hunting season, and their trucks, the back of their pickup trucks, keep that stench after the fact. And it just gets worse after they're dispatched. It just gets a whole lot worse. But I think that the Bigfoot smell that you're talking about could be a defense mechanism, that they can activate it when need be or not.
Right.
But then again, we're talking about a wild being that doesn't have the concept of hygiene and stuff like this. I've met humans that smell. So.
Yeah, that's true. I've been across from a few. Now, and and here locally, we have had people say that they've seen the skunk ape, and so that skunk
You're
ape
far
goes
enough
along
south.
with some.
You're far enough south. The skunk ape belt, the Rougarou belt, and all that. The skunk ape belt. It runs right across central Alabama.
Yeah.
Right here where we're at, where the swampy stuff starts getting into play at.
Right.
You get into more skunk ape stuff when you get down around South Georgia, South Alabama, Louisiana, far south.
Yeah.
They're a smaller Bigfoot.
That's what I thought, and even in Florida, I've seen some shows talking about skunk ape in Florida, and they literally described it almost like a dwarf Bigfoot.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard several encounters about them being the size of chimpanzees.
Right.
Which you all probably remember as much as I do. Back in the day, 30, 40 years ago, there were there were captive chimpanzees and stuff that were released in the wild in Florida.
Right.
Now we could
Probably NASA letting them go.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or they landed in the ocean and decided to swim back.
Right.
But people release these pets, and Florida must be the pet release capital of the world because the Burmese pythons.
With pythons and that sort of thing, and
Yeah,
alligators.
and they've got the invasive species fish. Most of them are aquarium fish that people have let out. But the skunk ape could be contributed to that, except for the skunk ape goes back to Seminole history. The skunk ape has been in Seminole history, and that's the basis for Bigfoot. It just didn't start in '67.
Right.
Yeah, it's been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, especially Native American tribes and
Well,
people like
there's
that.
I forget the exact number, so forgive me, but let's say there's 550 Native American tribes out there. How many do you think have a name for Bigfoot?
Oh, I bet every one has a different name.
Every one of them have not one name, several.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah, there's somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 names for Bigfoot in the Native American cultures.
Right.
Bigfoot came about in 58. 58, there was a footprint found out in Bluff Creek, California by Jerry Crew. And he took it to a local newspaper, and you guys are newspaper guys. Back then, when they typed it up, big footprints is one word.
Right.
But when they typed it up, the printing press put the G and the F close together. So it came out Bigfoot, prints found.
Yeah.
That's where Bigfoot came from.
Gotcha.
And then fast forward, 9 years later in '67, the Patterson Gimlin footage happened. And there's been some controversy. The Patterson Gimlin footage is one of 3 films that's been picked apart more than anything on this earth. And you all know what these are. The JFK assassination, the moon landing, and the Patterson Gimlin film.
Yeah.
That's the 3 most picked apart films out there. And most scrutinized. The JFK, it's every year, and I get drawn into it. Man, God Almighty, I get drawn.
Now, how
in.
do you get drawn in to JFK when you're the Bigfoot expert?
I just like mysteries.
Right.
I love mysteries.
And it's fascinating. Yeah.
I get into all kinds of crazy stuff. And I like it. It causes me anxiety and panic and everything else. But, Nixon. I got into Nixon stuff, the Watergate stuff. Mm-hmm. And I read this book Bob Woodard wrote. Mm-hmm. And about 5 or 10 pages in, I went, oh, my God, they framed Nixon. It took 5 or 10 pages to figure it out. I went, oh, my God.
I just watched All the President's Men again the other night. Yeah.
You ever watch Elvis and Nixon?
Yes, that's a great movie.
Fantastic. And it's a true story.
Yeah.
But I get into all kinds of stuff. I'm really interested in the UFO files that's getting ready to be unredacted and all that stuff.
Yeah. I can't wait to see some of that information.
Yeah.
Back in 2022, they had the congressional UFO hearings. And that brung to light a lot of stuff. But there was so much stuff going on in the world, nobody blinked an eye, especially here in the United States.
Right.
We were going through the Epstein stuff and all this, and I was one of them people like, I don't care about UFOs. Let's see that list. I want to see who's on that list. Mm. And then the government thought we would lose our minds over this. But see, going back with Bigfoot, the government, they have always kind of kept, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm a conspiracy realist.
Right.
Most of the conspiracy theories that's happened have been real anyway.
Yeah.
There have been cases where national parks have covered up Bigfoot footprints that have gotten rid of it. There's been cases where people have came forward with footage and it just disappears somehow, some way. There were giant human-like bones found in the sand caves up in Kentucky, sent to the Smithsonian. There's 2 tales. They lost them and they threw them in the river. Because when you break it down, the Bigfoot, I'm not one of these people that is dead set that these are an undiscovered species of primate, missing link, or anything like that. But it could be.
Yeah.
So it gets into a whole different realm of stuff. We all go back to the 1980s with the spotted owl. Mm-hmm. The Oregon Lumber Company was the biggest wood producer out there in the world. It's multi-billion-dollar, employed hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. They found the spotted owl in one little 300-mile radius out in Washington State. It shuts down the Oregon Lumber Company overnight. It was an economical collapse.
Yeah.
And you take that same owl, give it primate aspects, give it a size of 8 foot tall, give or take, with clear intelligence, with no known habitat.
Right. That could shut down everything.
Infrastructure, mining, logging, everything.
Yeah.
It shuts down immediately until scientists gets in there and finds out where these things live. Antarctica is the only continent that's never had a Bigfoot encounter.
Wow.
Every continent on Earth.
Well, they probably have the Yeti.
Well, you have the Yeti, the orang pendek, the Yowie of Australia, the Urin in China, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, skunk ape.
Yeah.
You've got all these, the Queequees that they called them out there in Oregon, the coastal Indians called them.
Yeah.
The Amnesty in Russia. And, I mean, you got every single continent on the face of this world has had a Bigfoot-like creature. Not for just a couple of years. Thousands.
Right, for a long, long time. Hey, I want to remind everybody, we're talking to Michael Cook. He's a Bigfoot expert, written several books, been on all kinds of television shows. It's time for us to take our middle of the hour break here, so we're going to take that real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk more about Michael and his history and also the event that they have coming up tomorrow at the Jasper Public Library. So we're going to take a break real quick on Live at 9 with James Phillips, and we'll be right back here on WJLX.
Young Jewelers. That name has been a part of Jasper for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, for 3 generations and over 70 years, Young Jewelers has been located in downtown Jasper, striving to earn your loyalty with quality and customer service. Young Jewelers has set the standard in diamonds, jewelry, and gifts. You can afford to have a diamond from Young Jewelers. Our friendly staff can assure you of that. And you're always greeted with a smile and a genuine concern for your needs. Whether it's custom design work or diamonds from one of the name brand vendors, a consultation at Young Jewelers will have you feeling confident you've made the right choice. Young Jewelers, located across from City Hall on 19th Street and online at youngjewelers.com.
Start your story at Bevel State Community College. Whether you need seamless academic transfer classes, high-wage, high-demand career technical or health science programs, rapid training opportunities that get you into the workforce quickly, dual enrollment or adult education courses, Bevel State is your community college for a quality education. Visit bscc.edu to learn about our convenient and affordable options to make your future visible. Your story starts at Bevel State.
Carl Cannon, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Corridor X, and Jasper. We're more than just a new car dealer. We're a certified pre-owned dealer, too. As a used car dealer in Jasper, we have access to a wide variety of used cars from across the area. As a new Buick, Chevy, Cadillac, and GMC dealer, we have the latest models that GM provides from 4 amazing brands. Let us show you around our dealership. With so many options, we're sure you'll find what you're looking for. Browse our inventory online at carlcannon.com. When other dealers can't, Cannon can. Carl Cannon, Corridor X at Industrial Boulevard in Jasper.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Martin Roberts, owner of Jasper Veterinary Clinic. 3 years ago when I set out to open my own clinic, Pinnacle was my bank of choice to help that dream become a reality. Recently when we needed to expand and had the opportunity to acquire property adjoining to ours, I made one call to Wayne and he set those wheels in motion. If you have banking needs, give Pinnacle a call.
Hello everyone, I'm Drake McKenzie from All South Land and Timber. We have been banking with Pinnacle Bank for over 25 years. The customer service at Pinnacle Bank is first class. We highly recommend banking with Pinnacle Bank for all of your financial needs.
I'm Robin Reed Allen, Chairman of the Board of Pinnacle Bank. Come see our team and make Pinnacle Bank your bank too.
Pinnacle Bank, member FDIC.
If you're craving great food in a place that feels just right, it's time to head to Jake's on 4th in downtown Jasper. From stacked made-to-order burgers to hearty favorites fresh off the grill, every dish at Jake's is cooked with care and full of flavor. It's comfortable, relaxed, and always welcoming. Whether you're meeting friends, enjoying a casual dinner, or just want a laid-back spot with great atmosphere, Jake's on 4th delivers every time. Located at 1810 4th Avenue South of downtown Jasper, Jake's is open Wednesday through Saturday with lunch from 11 to 3:30 and dinner 5 to close. Jake's has great food, an easygoing vibe, and it's a place you'll want to come back to. Jake's on 4th, fine dining done the Walker County way.
The sound of Walker County on 101.5 is WDXB HD3 Pelham, W286BM Jasper, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
You're listening to Live at 9 with James Phillips, presented by Young Jewelers on WJLX.
And welcome back into Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX. I want to thank our sponsors. You just heard from all of them. Our title sponsors, Jake's on 4th, who they're closed this week for spring break. They're out having a good time, but go see them next week when they open back up for some of the best food in Jasper for sure. And then also Young Jewelers. Go check out Young Jewelers, and they can help you with any of your jewelry needs. If you need a cleaning, if you need an engagement ring, or if you just need to get your wife something nice, go by there and tell them, hey, I've messed up. I want to get my wife something nice. Help me. And they'll do it. They love to help guys out for sure, because we're clueless most of the time on pretty much anything. Yep. Our guest today is, I almost said Michael W. Smith. That is not it. It's Michael W. Cook.
Michael W. Cook.
And I'd much rather talk to you than Michael W. Smith, to tell you the truth. But you, Michael is a Bigfoot expert, and tell us a little bit about some of the shows that you've been involved with too. And then we've got a couple questions that we're asked online that I'll throw at you too.
Okay, so I've been on These Woods Are Haunted. That's a Travel Channel show. You guys, I forgot to tell you this yesterday. Coast to Coast AM.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
that's the longest running interview show and weirdest show.
As a kid, I remember listening to that late at night. It was so cool to listen to.
Art Bell? Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I never got to meet him, but I've got something that was in his office that he had the whole time he was doing Midnight in the Desert and everything.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, Coast to Coast. I think it's archived online. You can look that up. Paranormal Caught on Camera was a Travel Channel show. I worked on the History Channel mockumentary called Bigfoot Captured, not to be confused with the new documentary out called Capturing Bigfoot.
Okay.
We posed a question on Bigfoot Captured, what would happen if we actually caught one of these things? And you just have to look it up and watch it.
I'm going to check that out for sure.
Currently, I am in the studio filming voiceover work for a cartoon coming out next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's called Bigfoot and Friends Cryptid Rescue Team. And I can do a little promo for it. The Mothman has been captured by the Men in Black.
Okay.
And it's up to Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and a handful of other ring-ding cryptids to go out and get their friend.
Has it been sold to a distributor or anything yet? Like
Discovery Kids.
Okay,
on,
cool.
Discovery Plus streaming. It will be picked up by that.
Yeah.
And then I've got a couple more little things coming up. I've got a Travel Channel show we start filming this summer actually, and that's a travel show. It's Bizarre Foods meets Destination Truth,
right?
Or Expedition Unknown.
Yeah.
I'll go eat stuff and then I'll go search for stuff. Our first episode, I think, is being filmed in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where the Mothman was first indicated at. So,
that's really cool.
We're hoping that takes off and does it. So we have questions.
And yeah, we do have a few questions from listeners and watchers online. David Hood, he asked a couple. He first wanted to know, where did the name Sasquatch come from, and asked if that was one of the Native American terms for Bigfoot.
It was.
That's what I thought it would be.
You have the Untanawa. I can't pronounce half these names. The Kwee. I love the Kwee.
That's a good name.
I love that.
To me, he doesn't look like a Kwee.
No, he's not a Kwee. I got a buddy. He's 4'11", and he looks like a Kwee.
He's looking at you. What'd you call me?
Oh yeah, he sounds just like that too. He's real little. So he remember Foghorn Leghorn, the chicken hawk.
Yeah,
dead ringer.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, dead ringer for that. But Sasquatch is a Native American term. It comes from the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
So the Hoopa tribe, they call it the hairy man. Saskatchewan, Canada is actually that is Bigfoot.
Right. Now from how about from kind of closer to our area? What would be some of the names?
Alabama white thing?
I've definitely heard of that.
Sipsy creature.
Yeah, I heard of Sipsy creature.
The Bama boomer, I've heard that one.
Yeah. Are there any Native American terms for the local ones here?
I've not been here long enough to. I know some Native American terms in Kentucky.
Right.
The Shawnee and the Cherokee Native American terms. They're but down here, they all kind of run together with hairy man or wild man or something like that.
Right. Something along those lines. Now, and David also asked. He said, "Do you think that they are interdimensional creatures like some folks try to say?"
It's funny you should ask that, Dave. Here's the thing. So I've got the first book out now. It's called The Bigfoot, Volume 1. It's the original title. I said
took you a lot of time.
Took me a long time to figure out what I was going to call that.
Right.
I thought, well, honest to God, when I got it written.
That's how I came up with the name of this show. Live at 9. It comes on at 9.
Yeah.
It's live.
Yeah, it took me 30 seconds.
I was surprised that the Bigfoot wasn't taken.
Yeah.
And they have all kinds of stuff out there, but the Bigfoot was not taken. So I named this first book The Bigfoot Volume 1, which entails that there's going to be a Volume 2. So 2 weeks ago, I finalized the cover and everything else with the publisher for Volume 2, which is subtitled Beyond the Footprints. And I talk about the possibility that these things are interdimensional beings. And I will talk about it tomorrow right here in Jasper at the library down here. One of my colleagues, which I call her, if you buy my next book when it comes out in a couple of weeks, it's dedicated to her, and it says, to my fairy godmother, Arla.
Okay.
Arla is what the Bigfoot community is broken up into two camps. You have the flesh and blood, nothing more, nothing less, undiscovered species of primate. Then you have what used to be known as a derogatory term. It's called the woo. Because people said whenever you start talking about this, you're ooh.
Right. Yeah.
You know. But the woo community embraces it. Arla is the queen of the woo community.
Okay.
And she's such a good person. She will talk more in depth about how they are walkers between worlds. Some Native American tribes even said that. They are walkers of both worlds. They 1 foot in this world and 1 foot in another. And there have been, for instance, in this next book, one of my chapters, I talk about the interdimensional aspect. So we have followed footprints to the middle of a field and they disappear.
Right.
How do they disappear? When there are clear footprints right there in front of us, and all of a sudden it's left, right, nothing.
That's kind of like the little video you showed us of the two, whatever it was, out in the middle of a field. They appear out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're gone again.
It could be a portal.
Yeah.
We even thought that, and we were talking about one of your friends earlier with that passed away last year.
Yeah.
We have had so many people in the Bigfoot community get cancer.
Right.
That's not had any kind of prerequisites for cancer. No family histories or nothing. And it's awful cancer. It's not skin cancer where you get it cut off and burn off. It's brain cancer, double breast cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer. It is cancer. And it kills them.
It's a big C.
Yeah, big C. And my friend Terry Wendell, he was supposed to be here this weekend with us. He's from South Carolina. And we have theorized that if these are interdimensional beings and we're getting close to this, what kind of radiation is this putting off?
Right, that could be true.
I have no health issues other than and being my own doings, but I know several people in that I've been close to just suddenly get cancer and be gone, and in the blink of an eye, and it's crazy. And I don't want to deter anybody away from going out in the woods and stuff, but the clear and present dangers, especially down here, you have so many species of venomous snakes.
Right.
You get a little farther south down here, you got a little alligator problem. Armadillos will give you leprosy.
Right.
I come down here in August and I stood out by my trash dumpster at my house and watched 2 armadillos one night, and I just stood there fascinated. And my brother said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm watching these 2 armadillos." And he said, "Go grab one." I said, "Oh no." Oh no.
Those things can be pretty mean too. I hit one with a car one time and stopped the car because I didn't know what I'd hit, and got out, and it was an armadillo. I mean, I hit this thing full speed and it's still alive and hissing at me and not happy.
Oh yeah. They make a meow sound.
Yeah.
We have holes all in our yards up on 69 from these things, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're possums on a half shell.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Now, tell us a little bit about the event tomorrow. It's going to be from, is it 10:30 to 12:30? Is that
No,
right?
it's 9:30 to 12:30. Doors open at 9.
Okay, at the Jasper Public Library.
And we'll have Greg Ogles. He is from the Gardendale area. We have Arla coming all the way here from Oklahoma. She'll be at my house tonight around 8 or 9. And then me. We are all putting on presentations and lectures. I will have the Bigfoot Volume 1 for sale there. I'll be signing copies and stuff. Also got some stickers and all stuff. We do this for the communities. I have a booking place that does all my stuff now. In 2 weeks, I'll be in South Louisiana around Lafayette doing a big Paracon down there. And then I have a book signing in Tuscaloosa. And then I got to go fly to Pennsylvania at the end of May and do a book signing and lecture there. I travel all around the country talking about this stuff and doing these events. But the libraries, we never charge. This is a free event. I cannot stress that enough. This is not, you don't have to pay to do anything. The only thing you have to pay for is if you buy a book,
right,
or anything like that. And I will be giving out a couple of copies tomorrow. It's not predetermined. It's just how, if you help me out during my presentation and you get involved, then guess what? You will get a book and a few stickers. And
awesome. And this is for the whole family too. Like, kids love you guys' events.
Love it. We normally we do a footprint casting class with the kids. We are limited on time tomorrow to do that. Sometimes it takes just a few minutes for the plaster to set up. Other times I've sat out in the middle of the woods for 4 hours,
right,
waiting on this stuff to set. You cannot time it.
Probably depends on humidity and everything.
And Alabama is horrible for humidity.
Right.
We know.
We know all about it.
I got down here in August, and they said this is the best time to get down here because you get the hottest part.
Right.
And then, like Christmas, it was shorts and T-shirts, and then a couple weeks ago it was 20 degrees. And
we had snow here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was at
Yeah.
the house.
And the day before the snow, it was 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Well, you see, you guys remember 93?
Yeah, the blizzard.
Yeah.
and
Our
everything.
generation
Yeah.
talks about 93.
Yeah.
2 days beforehand, it was 70 degrees, sunny, people laying out in the sun, swimming, fishing.
Yeah.
And then 4 foot of snow dropped on eastern Kentucky. And down here, 87 was a bad year too. April Fool's Day of 87, same scenario. And that's what it reminded me of this year. I said, oh, God, we're going to get hit with a blizzard.
Right.
I ran from Kentucky away from this stuff.
How is it a come and go type event, or do people need to come and plan on stay the entire time? What's the?
Well, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to the people, the audience. They want to come. Most of the time, you come, get you a seat, and sit through the lectures. We normally do my new lecture is about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. Now, if you come to the bigger events, I put on about an hour show.
Right.
And we go through. Tomorrow I'll get kids up and we'll do Bigfoot calls.
I thought there may be something like that involved.
Oh yeah, we'll do Bigfoot calls and we'll do show me how you think a Bigfoot walks, and then I'm going to sit down and really talk to you all about why the Bigfoot walks the way it does, why it doesn't walk with a staggered footstep, it walks with a straight line.
Right.
And I talk about the anatomy. I talk about one of my dearest friends. I knew him for 20 years. He passed away this past year from brain cancer. Jeff Meldrum, Dr. Jeff Meldrum, he was on several different TV shows. He was a professor of anatomy and anthropology at Idaho State.
Oh, cool.
And he was our biggest scientific advocate for the existence of these creatures. He could tell you if a footprint was real just by looking at a picture of it. He was very good at it. And he's Jane Goodall, primatologist. We lost her last year. She was a proponent of Bigfoot. She said they have to exist. there's just too many stories.
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories out there.
Well, there's close to 300,000 stories that have been reported over the past 70 years.
And it's like you were saying earlier, a lot of them aren't reported.
Right.
Probably close to 75% of all encounters are not reported. And it comes down to being made fun of and ridicule. And folks, I go through it. You have to have the toughest skin. You have to have rhino thick skin.
I would think thick skin and a sense of humor are needed.
Oh, yeah. You got to have a sense of humor.
Now, speaking of sense of humor, you mentioned a Bigfoot call a few minutes ago. And so I'm guessing you can do a Bigfoot call. But before I ask you to do it, I would like Terrell to maybe give what he would think a Bigfoot call would sound like.
It almost sounds like a Wookiee, like Chewbacca in Star Wars. It almost sounded like that. It was kind of like a,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that close?
I've won so many different contests with this in circles and stuff. I do the world's best Bigfoot call.
Oh, I got to hear it now.
Got to hear it.
Hey, Bigfoot.
Took me a second to like
I was on the edge of my seat, too.
Not real loud.
Yeah.
Not real
menacing either.
No. That's what you will hear.
Would that be a mating call?
Location.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here. What are you doing? Oh, I'm over here.
Right. So that's warning anybody or talking with others who could be around.
But here's one that's going to freak you out, and the listeners are going to freak out. The Bigfoot calls that are most prevalent are the ones we can't hear.
Ooh.
It's infrasound.
Yeah.
So infrasound is a scientifically proven ability. Elephants use it. Tigers use it. Tigers use it to stun their prey. That's why you see in videos of tigers attacking deer and stuff like this, right before the tiger grabs them, it's almost like that deer locks up.
Yeah, like they're in a daze almost or something.
And they will lock up. And I've been in the woods. Terry Wendell and I, we got hit with something one night in South Carolina, and it got me sick to my stomach. And this past October, we were in South Carolina, and I was walking. We were in the middle of the night. I was walking in front of him and our friend Dale, and all of a sudden, it's like somebody just put their hand against my chest and said, "Stop. Leave right now." And I turned around, and Terry said, I looked and seen feet kicking up. he said, I seen a little bald head go by me and feet kicking.
So something touched you on the chest?
It felt like somebody.
Yeah, okay.
It was almost like it just stopped me and said, "Whoa, that's too close. You need to turn around and go back."
Yeah.
I've had so many creepy things happen, not Bigfoot related. I was checking this trail cam one evening, and I was changing batteries out. This was in eastern Kentucky. And it's really close to the...
we got about 3 minutes, I'm going to warn you, so you'll have to go quickly with this.
It was real close to the highest peak in Kentucky, Black Mountain. And I was walking down this logging road, and I heard something over the hill go, "Hey!" And I stopped, and I was like, "Yeah," And it went, "Come here." And I went, "No, I better not." And I kept walking. I got in my car, in my truck, rolled the window up, and right here in my ear, I heard, "Where you going?" And I floored it.
Wow.
And I never went back. Those trail cams are still there.
And you audibly heard it?
Yes.
Wow.
I felt the breath come blow my beard.
Wow, that was wild. Well, Michael, I sure do appreciate you getting in touch with me and coming in today because I feel like you've got so many stories. We're going to want you to come back at some point pretty soon. But everybody go tomorrow, Jasper Public Library. It's going to be Bigfoot at the library. And it'll be interesting for everybody, adults, kids, anybody who has interest in this type of thing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Anything else anybody should know, or where should they go to find out more about you and the things
Michael
that you do?
W. Cook on Facebook, Michael Wayne Cook, author, on Facebook. I'm on X, Instagram, all kinds of places. Yeah, Travel Channel. The more you watch, the more I get paid.
Right. Now, where can people go to stream that on Travel Channel?
HBO Max.
That's what I was thinking. It was HBO Max.
Yeah, we got HBO Max now, and Discovery Plus is still streaming. But you can, if you got HBO Max, you can type in any of those shows and see me on there. I Believe in Bigfoot's on YouTube. The Coast to Coast interview is archived there. You can watch it. Yeah, you can come tomorrow and
definitely
and see me. I'm there. I'm going to be there from 9 to 1 o'clock tomorrow, and
so everybody come out, get a copy of the book, listen to his presentation. It'll be a lot of fun, and support a now local guy too that's doing this type of thing.
I will say this: it is fun to believe in the unbelievable.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
And always, by all means, stay weird and be proud to stay weird.
There you go. I love it. Everybody, please stay weird over the weekend. It's the best time to be weird. And thanks for listening this week. We've had some incredible guests this week and great interviews here on Live at 9. Until Monday when we're back, as I always say, be kind and love. But if you have an encounter with a Bigfoot, be sure to be kind and love that Bigfoot too, because he's a lonely guy, I'm sure.
Share the love.
Yeah, share the love with Bigfoot. And for sure be kind. Don't throw things at him. Don't try to shoot him or anything like that, you know. So everybody, thanks for tuning in to Live at 9 with James Phillips. We'll see you on Monday. Coming up next, we got Woody Wilson, the professor of rock and roll. He's about to take over class, and he's going to teach you a lot of stuff today. See you next time on Live at 9 here on WJLX.